Hey guys! Well, I can finally say, thankfully, that my 3,000 count puzzle challenge is over. And now that I think about it, I don't know if that video would have come out already when you were, before you've watched this one, or if it's coming after, who knows. But either way, it's done. But now my challenge, or what I need to figure out now, is how I'm gonna go about storing it. Now, I did have some moments where I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna crumble it all up and put it away because yeah, I don't have anywhere to display it. But I figured, considering how many centuries it took for me to complete it, I can't do that. So between watching my other puzzle YouTuber pals and listening to some of your suggestions, I figured, you know what, let me pick up some of this, painter's tape and see what this method is all about. Because I still have a number of glue sheets somewhere stored in my puzzle shelf, but I hear this is kind of like a less expensive option. I think it's meant to be easier. I don't know. We shall see, right? And I guess we shall also see if I screw it up or not. But anyways, you know what? Enough of the rambling. I need to get this puzzle finally put away because I really want to move on to something else. And in regards to what I'm going to do after this, I don't know. I'm almost feeling like maybe I won't actually do a jigsaw puzzle. Maybe I'll just do, something else for fun before I get back into to jigsaws and whatnot. You know what? Let's just move on. All right, now I'm thinking what I want to do here is, kind of make it the size of the box. Obviously not exactly the size because I want to have some room in here. So let's see, maybe we'll go by this here. And hopefully this is easy to take apart. All right, that was a little more challenging than expected, but that's okay. We're getting there. We'll get there.
This puzzle, well, I will mention this in the 3K video, which I know you haven't seen yet because I still need to work on it. So, spoiler alert, the hold was a bit all over the place. And because of that, I really struggled taking it apart carefully. In some areas, I had to take it apart piece by piece and in a straight line, and other areas I was able to slide my finger across and it'd come apart.
All right, well, now this is all broken up into sections. I probably could have done that a little bit more graceful, but I mean, you know what? It's done, and that's what matters. Now, my next challenge is I have to flip each of these sections. So, I don't have really anything to like kind of support it and flip them over easily. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of pick them up and lie them over very gently and hope that, there aren't any more casualties because I kind of had enough already. So let's just continue on with this.
Of course, there were numerous casualties, and I'm sure you will start to realize that I didn't fully watch those YouTube tutorials. I guess I just thought I knew better and just felt like being a total beast. Or maybe I was just too eager to get this done, I don't know. But I understand if watching this makes you shake your head. But that's okay. I never intended this to be a tutorial on how to tape your puzzles. I just wanted to share my experience trying this method out and show that anyone, even a beastly fool like me, can get this done.
All right. I know there are much easier ways to go about flipping your sections over, but I don't have time for that, and I just want to kind of get this done. I know as a result, it was very suspenseful, and I'm sorry if I made a number of you cringe, but you know what? It's done now. The hard part, I feel like, is over. Now, I did feel like the side, like the edge piece, the edge sections were a little easier to flip over. These middle ones kind of like, make my wrist a bit weak. But anyways, now that these are all flipped over, let's go about putting this painter's tape on and see how it looks overall in the end. All right, let's just continue on.
So before I continued on with my beastly ways, I figured a little snack might calm me down and help me focus. I started thinking about what I did remember seeing in those YouTube tutorials. It wasn't much, but I knew I had a pretty good idea of what had to be done. I knew I was halfway through the process, and knowing that and the cookies helped me organize my thoughts, and I figured my next and final plan of attack.
actually really like that. Now, I don't remember how others do it on YouTube, but I didn't overlap my painter's tape because I don't want the sections to be too thick. In case I do end up, well, not in case, I really do want to put this in an actual frame. I don't want it to be too thick inside the frame. I want it to fit properly. So hence, that's why I didn't overlap the masking tape. But anyways, I'm happy about this. So you know what? I'm just gonna continue on, start loading these in the boxes, and we're gonna be done pretty darn soon. All right, let's just keep moving on.
Oh, look at me. I'm so proud of my first section. This was great. It did take me a while to get into the groove or, the rhythm of the process, and this took me about 25 minutes to complete. It was a very satisfying experience, and I was happy to finally get this puzzle put away safe and sound.
All right, I have to say, that honestly wasn't too bad. And after a while, I started getting in the groove of it, so I started to work a bit quicker. So yeah, this is all done now. Quite honestly, I can't believe that I'm actually finally putting this puzzle away. A little bittersweet, but you know what? It's nice to finally close the chapter on this one. All right, now my room is actually quite a big mess. So you know what? I figured let's do a quick cleanup here. Let's get all this stuff sorted out, throw this away, and put the board and get things back into the way they used to, and probably work on something a little different. So let's get a move on.
Oh, there's nothing better than tidying up your space. I just had stuff everywhere, and I hate when I let things get away from me. I guess sometimes the hardest part is getting the motivation to get started. But once you're in the groove, sometimes you just can't stop. I mean, at least for me. And everywhere I looked, I wanted to sort it out, take care of it, put it back to its proper home. And life's been so crazy. I kind of let a lot get away from me, and it felt so good to just clear things up a bit. This quick cleanup was way overdue, and it only took me about 20 minutes, but it made a huge difference. Not only in my space, but in my head, if you know what I mean. Another satisfying task checked off the list. So now we can finally move on to other things.
All right, so it's actually another day right now. Thankfully, everything is put away. My room is a little bit more back to normal, which is kind of nice. And I was thinking about, jumping into something else, another jigsaw puzzle, right away. But then I figured, you know what? Let me slow down a little bit. Maybe I need to kind of change things up a little bit before I move on into another jigsaw puzzle. But then, yesterday, we actually had our first snowstorm of the season. Quite surprisingly, because the weather has been warm recently. But anyways, because of that, I kind of rethought about my initial plans, and it kind of made, the snow kind of got me into that Christmas mood. So because of that, I'm thinking maybe before I jump into that other thing I was planning to do, why not just take a quick peek at this and, see what this advent calendar is all about. And this advent calendar is from the company Boardwalk Puzzles. This is called Christmas Holiday Traditions. It's 24 separate 50-piece puzzles, and they are 5¼ inch by 5¼ inch when completed. And I know I've mentioned, I think on my post or in my last video that, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do a long, full dedicated video opening all the little boxes and whatnot. I think I've finally decided now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do this properly this year. I'm gonna do it day by day, and I'm gonna savor it this time. Savor it the way it is meant to be savored. But anyways, you know what? Let's move on over to the table. Let's open this up and let's see what this calendar is all about. All right, let's quickly open this up. Now this does have plastic wrap, so I'm gonna very carefully take this off without destroying the beautiful packaging here. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. Look at this. Now it does come with the booklet. I'm not going to open it too much so that nobody wants to get spoiled by the images that are in this puzzle. And if you guys don't want to see this part of the video, I always have the chapters down below so that, you know, if you don't want this spoiled, just skip this whole part of it. But anyways, this does come with, as I said, a booklet with all the images day by day. It's a nice quality booklet. And check out the advent calendar. I love this. This wasn't like the old one that I did, the Pin 2 puzzle. And it's all in like these little drawers. It's like a little dresser. I love this. And again, in terms of the packaging, even these little boxes are nice and sturdy. They're all wrapped up in a little bag here. So let's grab day number 1, and we're just gonna do one this time because, as I said, I want to do this properly this year. So let's open this up and see what these pieces are like. So far so good. I am noticing some of my pieces are a little bit damaged, and it's probably because they kind of get squished into the little boxes, you know, during production. So just, you know, be gentle with those particular pieces in case you don't want to get them any more messed up there. But in regards to the print quality here, I mean, this is a very nice print. I feel like it looks very clear. The colors are very vibrant. I'm not really sure how my lighting is doing today with the camera because I'm kind of working in a different angle in my room to see if I can get better lighting, but I don't know. Lighting, again, as I always say, it's a beast that I can't seem to figure out. All right, now in terms of piece thickness, let's see what we're dealing with here. We have 19 millimeters or 0.07 inches. We do have a bit of a glossy finish to these. But yeah, other than that, you know, it's just a small puzzle. This is some good, quick fun. So you know what? Let's put this together and let's see what that hold and fit is like. All right, let's continue.
All right, so day 1 puzzle is the gingerbread house. So I did a mini sort because, you know, that's just how I like to start my puzzles, and started piecing together the edge pieces. The house was a tiny bit tricky in areas to piece together, but it's a simple, quick, cute little puzzle image to squeeze into your busy day. This puzzle took me about 10 minutes to complete. Just as I thought, some good, quick fun. I did find the fit to be on the loose side, so it was a bit crumbly. And of course, I had to try to pick it up and it barely survived, but that's okay. I also wish I didn't have a number of damaged pieces, but I can see why that could happen with the way they are packaged. These did seem like a standard piece size, so no worries if you hate dealing with smaller puzzle pieces. And I did love that these were random cut pieces, so that threw in a little something special to the whole experience, in my opinion. But then again, not everybody likes that. That's just me. But I'll make sure to leave a link down below if you're interested in checking this out. But please do let me know down below if you do have this calendar and what your thoughts are. I've never tried boardwalk puzzles before, so I'd be super interested to hear your overall thoughts on the brand. And I'd really like to see for myself what their bigger count puzzles are like in the future.
But anyways, now that that's done, now it's time, I feel, to kind of move away from jigsaws for a little bit, just for this one video, and kind of do something different. Because as I said, I got kind of jigsaw puzzled out with that 3K challenge. But anyways, what I'm planning to do is finally work on this swing ride that was sent to me from RoboTime. They were so excited about the video that I did for the teacup ride that they wanted to send me another part of the collection. And this one is the swing ride, A Midsummer Night's Dream. It plays music, it has LEDs, it's made out of wood. Basically, it's the same as the teacup ride, but a different kind of ride. Now I'm rambling. It's 289 pieces, and it's 220 by 220 by 270 millimeters when it's completed. And this one does say 4 out of 5 stars in terms of, I'm guessing, the challenge level here. But I'm all for it. I'm excited. It looks adorable. So you know what? I'm not going to do like a full-blown review like the last one because we've gone through this already. I just want to have fun putting this together and, you know, turn it on, and I know my kid is gonna love it. So you know what? Let's finally get started on this one.
Alright, so let's get started on this. But first of all, I have to say, I love how neatly Robotime package everything. And even though the instructions can be a bit confusing at times, I find it much easier to follow compared to the other 3D puzzle brands that I've tried. But then again, I haven't tried many of them. But anyways, as I said, let's do this. Now I'm not gonna lie, as I flipped through the pages and looked at all the pieces in front of me, my heart started to beat a bit faster. I started remembering how intense my first experience was with the teacup ride, and how nervous I was about completely screwing it all up. And I remembered how excited I was when I got the teacups finished and surprisingly fully working. It was my first victory with these kind of things, and it truly was an amazing feeling. And I knew that for this, I had to be successful again. This was no joke from the very beginning. Unlike the teacup ride, this one started right away with the mechanics and electronics. I really didn't expect that, and of course, it made me even more nervous. But then again, I kept telling myself, hey, maybe it's better to be getting most of the super hard stuff over with in the beginning. Then you'll know early on if you've screwed it up. And it wasn't too long before I had to perform the very first test. Oh, thank goodness. It was a tough start, but I guess I was off to a good start, and that gave me that little bit of confidence I needed to continue pushing on without being so doubtful of my skill level. What I didn't need was my beastly force taking over. This had a lot of delicate pieces, intricate in design and beautiful, but very fragile. Especially the little chairs, which were so darn cute, but my goodness, it was tense when I was piecing those together. I had way more casualties with this ride, and numerous obscenities were said. It's a good thing I do these voiceovers. But anyways, with all the little pieces involved with these kinds of puzzles, it's definitely not best for those with dexterity issues, or even those with long nails, which I did have at the time, and it made piecing certain things nearly impossible at times. And after a while, you can develop some pretty bad hand cramps, or maybe that's just a me problem, I don't know, I probably should have taken more breaks. But if any of you have tried any of Robotime's products, please let me know down below which ones they were, and let me know your overall thoughts about the brand. And if you've never heard of Robotime, I'm going to leave a link to their site down below so that you can learn more about them and see what else they have. Plus, if you want to see my first review and experience piecing their teacup ride, I'll leave the link to that video down below as well. As I said before, they are my favorite when it comes to these kinds of things, and I'd love to continue trying more of their stuff in the future. Alright, well, my hands are killing me. I just gotta put these last couple pieces in, and let's get these batteries. And really hope for the best here, because I don't know, I feel like took longer than the teacup ride. I mean, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But there were so many small pieces to this, and I broke so many of them. I'm surprised I managed to get it done. But as I said, moment of truth. Let's turn this on and see if it works. All right, moment of truth. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, it's gorgeous. This is beautiful. I love it. This took me about 3.5 hours to complete. It was a tough, up and down journey with lots of hand cramps, but it was worth it in the end. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous, and as I expected, my kid loves it. So much so that she couldn't help but let her toys take a ride on it. But that's okay. It seems surprisingly sturdy once completed. And again, absolutely beautiful. Such a satisfying experience, and really something that does fill you with a great sense of accomplishment.
All right, well, I kind of feel like this video was a little bit all over the place. I had a lot of things going on in this one, and you know what? That's okay. I had a lot to get done. I had a lot that I wanted to do, and I'm glad that I can check those things off my list now. And I can move on to more jigsaw puzzles and, I guess continue getting back into the groove of filming and editing and, doing that along with work and all that fun stuff. But anyways, guys, aside from that, I hope you are all doing well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.